What happens when a member of the royal family walks onto a morning show set and completely loses control? In just 36 seconds, Prince Harry goes from composed guest to public relations nightmare, all because he couldn't handle a simple question from one of America's most beloved meteorologists. This is the morning television meltdown nobody saw coming. The studio lights are bright, the cameras are rolling. Millions of Americans are eating their breakfast, watching Good Morning America like they do every single morning. Sam Champion sits across from Prince Harry in the iconic Times Square studio. Sam is relaxed, warm, doing what he does best, making people feel comfortable, making morning television feel like a conversation with an old friend. Prince Harry is there to talk about his latest initiative, something about mental health awareness, something about opening up. But from the moment he sits down, something feels off. His body language is stiff, his smile doesn't quite reach his eyes. Sam notices, but does what any good host does. He pushes forward with kindness. "It's wonderful to have you here," Sam says, his voice full of genuine warmth. "We're excited to hear about the work you're doing." Prince Harry nods, just a small movement of his head. "Happy to be here," he says, but his tone suggests otherwise. Sam starts with an easy question, a softball, the kind of question designed to let a guest shine. "You've been very open about your own mental health journey. What inspired you to make this such a central part of your work?" It's perfect. It's exactly what Prince Harry is supposed to want to talk about. But instead of lighting up, instead of diving into his prepared talking points, Prince Harry shifts in his seat. His jaw tightens. "Well, Sam, I think that's a bit of an oversimplification," he says. There's an edge to his voice now, something sharp. The media has this way of reducing everything I do into neat little sound bites. Sam's eyebrows raise slightly. Just a fraction. He's been doing this for decades. He knows how to handle a difficult guest. "I apologize if the question came across that way," he says smoothly. "I'm genuinely interested in hearing your perspective, in your own words." But Prince Harry isn't backing down. Are you, though? Or are you just looking for your clip for the internet? The studio goes quiet. You can feel it. That shift in energy. The producers in the control room are sitting up straighter. The camera operators glance at each other. This isn't how these interviews go. Not on Good Morning America. Not with Sam Champion. Sam keeps his composure. His smile stays in place. But it's different now. More professional. Less familiar. "I assure you, we're here to have a real conversation. That's what we do here every morning." "Right?" Prince Harry says, and there's something mocking in his tone. A real conversation, with commercial breaks and time limits, and producers in your ear telling you what to ask next. Sam takes a breath. A patient breath. That's the nature of television. But that doesn't mean the conversation isn't genuine. We have millions of people watching who want to hear what you have to say. Millions of people, Prince Harry repeats. He leans forward now. "Let me ask you something, Sam. Do you know what it's like to have millions of people watching your every move, judging every word you say, every decision you make?" Sam pauses. He could get defensive. He could match the energy Prince Harry is bringing, but he doesn't, because Sam Champion is a professional. "I can't pretend to understand what you've experienced," he says carefully. "Your life has been extraordinarily public in ways most of us can't imagine. That's actually why I think this conversation matters. You have a unique perspective. It's a perfect answer, empathetic, grounded, an olive branch, but Prince Harry doesn't take it. "You don't understand," he says. "None of you understand. You sit here in your comfortable studio, asking your comfortable questions, and you think you're doing something meaningful, but you're not. You're just part of the machine." The audience in the studio is dead silent. You could hear a pin drop. Sam's co-hosts, sitting off to the side, exchange worried glances. This is going off the rails fast. "I respect your frustration," Sam says, and his voice is still steady, still kind. "But I think you might be directing it at the wrong person. We invited you here because we believe in the work you're doing, because we want to give you a platform to share your message." Prince Harry laughs. It's not a happy sound. A platform. "That's rich. You want to give me a platform? You've been tearing me apart for years. The media, I mean. People like you." "I'm not people like that," Sam says, and for the first time, there's a firmness in his voice. Not anger, just clarity. "I've never torn you apart. I've never written tabloid headlines about you. I'm a meteorologist who also happens to host a morning show where we try to have honest, respectful conversations with our guests." "Respectful," Prince Harry scoffs. "You want to talk about respect? How about respecting that I don't want to be here answering the same tired questions over and over again? Sam tilts his head slightly. Then why did you agree to come? It's a fair question, a simple question, but it hits a nerve. Prince Harry's face flushes. Excuse me? I'm not trying to be confrontational, Sam says, his hands open, his posture non-threatening. I'm genuinely asking, if you don't want to be here, if you find this process so painful, why accept the invitation? Because I have to, Prince Harry snaps. Because if I don't, people like you will write that I'm hiding, that I'm difficult, that I'm not living up to my responsibilities. I wouldn't write that, Sam says quietly. I don't write articles. I talk to people. Or at least, I try to. There's something in Sam's voice now, not judgment, just sadness, disappointment, like he's watching an opportunity slip away, like he's seeing someone self-destruct in real time, and he can't stop it. Prince Harry must hear it too, because he stands up, not gradually, suddenly. His chair scrapes against the floor. This is exactly what I'm talking about, he says, his voice rising. This passive-aggressive nonsense, this fake concern. Sam doesn't stand. He stays seated, calm. I promise you, there's nothing fake about it. Please, sit down. We can restart this conversation. We can talk about whatever you want to talk about. I don't want to talk about anything, Prince Harry says. Not with you, not on this show. The camera is still rolling, capturing everything. Millions of people are watching this unfold live. The producers are screaming into Sam's earpiece, but he doesn't react. He just keeps his eyes on Prince Harry, steady, concerned. Harry, Sam says, using his first name now, dropping the title. I think maybe we got off on the wrong foot. Let's take a breath, reset. I'm not your enemy here. You don't get to call me Harry, Prince Harry says, and his voice is ice cold. You don't know me. You don't know anything about my life. You're absolutely right, Sam agrees. That's why I was hoping we could have this conversation so people could hear from you directly, not through headlines or sound bites, just you, your voice, your truth. For a moment, just a brief moment, something flickers across Prince Harry's face, like maybe he's hearing Sam, like maybe he realizes he's overreacting, but then it's gone, replaced by something harder. My truth? He repeats. You want my truth? Here's my truth. I'm tired. I'm tired of people pretending to care when all they really want is a story. I'm tired of smiling and nodding and playing the game. And I'm especially tired of sitting across from people like you who think they're better than the tabloids, but you're exactly the same. Sam's expression doesn't change, but something in his eyes does. A flash of hurt, because he's not the same. Everyone who watches Good Morning America knows he's not the same. Sam Champion has spent his career being kind, being genuine, being the person who makes viewers feel good in the morning. I'm sorry you feel that way, Sam says, and his voice is softer now. I truly am, but I don't think it's fair to lump me in with people who have genuinely hurt you. I've never done anything to you. You're doing it right now, Prince Harry shoots back. You're sitting there with your hurt feelings, making me the bad guy, making this about you. I'm not making this about me, Sam says. I'm trying to understand what's happening here. You came on this show, nobody forced you. And now you're attacking me for asking you questions. Questions you knew I was going to ask. Questions your team approved. Prince Harry points at Sam. Actually points, his finger extended. Don't you dare talk about my team. You don't know what goes on behind the scenes. The pressure, the expectations. You're right, I don't, Sam says. But I know what's happening right here, right now. And what's happening is you're being incredibly rude to someone who has shown you nothing but respect. The word lands. Rude. It hangs in the air. Because it's true. Everyone watching knows it's true. Prince Harry is being rude. Worse than rude. He's being cruel to someone who doesn't deserve it. Prince Harry's face goes red. How dare you speak to me like that? Like what? Sam asks. Honestly, you have no idea who you're talking to. Prince Harry says, and there it is. The entitlement. The superiority. The idea that he's somehow above this. Above accountability, above basic kindness. Sam stands now, slowly, with dignity. He's taller than Prince Harry, broader, but he doesn't use it to intimidate. He just stands there, present. I know exactly who I'm talking to, he says. I'm talking to a guest on my show who agreed to be here and is now treating me with disrespect. And I don't care what your title is. That's not okay. The studio is frozen. Nobody moves. Nobody breathes. This is not how these things go. Hosts don't stand up to royal family members. They don't call them out. But Sam just did. Prince Harry's mouth opens, closes, opens again. "I want to leave." "Then leave," Sam says simply. "Nobody's stopping you." It's not said with anger, it's said with finality, with the understanding that this conversation is over, that there's no coming back from this. Prince Harry has burned this bridge completely. Prince Harry looks around, at the cameras, at the crew, at the audience members sitting in stunned silence. He's realizing maybe for the first time how this looks, how he looks. But he's too far in now. He can't back down without looking weak. So he doubles down. "This is a joke," he says. "This show is a joke. You're a joke, Sam." Sam doesn't flinch. "I'm sorry you feel that way. I hope you find what you're looking for." It's the perfect response. Gracious, professional. It makes Prince Harry look even worse by comparison. And Prince Harry knows it. You can see it in his face. The realization that he's lost this exchange, that he's made himself the villain. "I'm leaving," Prince Harry announces, like it's his decision, like he's in control. "Safe travels," Sam says. Prince Harry rips off his microphone. The sound tech winces as the equipment clatters to the floor. Prince Harry doesn't pick it up, doesn't apologize. He just turns and walks off the set. His footsteps echo in the silent studio. Sam watches him go. Then he turns to the camera, to the millions of people watching at home. His face is calm, composed, but you can see the emotion underneath, the hurt, the confusion, the disappointment that something that should have been positive turned into this. "Well," Sam says, and he manages a small smile. "That was unexpected. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have the weather forecast and a cooking segment that I promise will be much more pleasant." The audience laughs, not a big laugh, a nervous, relieved laugh. The tension breaks slightly, the cameras cut away, but before they do, you can see Sam's smile fade. See him take a deep breath, see him collect himself, because that wasn't easy. Being attacked on live television by someone you showed nothing but courtesy to, having your professionalism questioned, your integrity insulted. The commercial break runs 2 minutes, 3. When they come back, Sam is himself again. Warm, friendly, professional. He does the weather. He jokes with his co-hosts. He makes everyone feel comfortable. Because that's what Sam Champion does. He doesn't mention Prince Harry again, doesn't revisit what happened. He just moves forward, with grace, with class, with the kind of dignity that reminds everyone watching why they've loved him for so many years. Meanwhile, somewhere backstage, Prince Harry is being rushed out of the building. His handlers are on their phones, crisis management mode, trying to figure out how to spin this, how to explain it, how to make this look like anything other than what it was, a complete meltdown, an entitled outburst, a man who came onto a morning show and couldn't handle being treated like everyone else, who expected special treatment and threw a tantrum when he didn't get it. The interview was supposed to last 20 minutes. It lasted less than 10. 10 minutes that felt like an eternity. 10 minutes that showed America exactly who Prince Harry is when things don't go his way. Sam never asked a hard question, never pressed him on anything controversial, never brought up his family drama or his past mistakes. Sam just tried to have a conversation, a normal, friendly conversation. And Prince Harry couldn't handle it. Back in the studio, during another commercial break, Sam's co-hosts come over. They put their hands on his shoulder, ask if he's okay. He nods, says he's fine, and he is fine. Because Sam knows this isn't about him. This is about someone who's hurting and doesn't know how to process it. Someone who's angry at the world and took it out on the nearest target. Does that excuse the behavior? No. Does Sam understand it? Maybe. But understanding doesn't mean accepting. Sam deserved better. The audience deserved better. Prince Harry owed him basic respect, and he didn't give it. When the show ends, Sam walks off set. He doesn't storm off. He doesn't complain. He just walks, like it's any other day, like he didn't just get verbally assaulted on live television. Because that's who Sam is, professional to his core. The video clips are already spreading online. Twitter is exploding. Facebook is full of posts. Everyone has an opinion, but the consensus is clear. Sam handled it perfectly, with patience, with kindness, with strength. He gave Prince Harry every opportunity to course correct, every chance to be reasonable. And when Prince Harry refused, Sam stood his ground without being cruel, without stooping to his level. That's the difference between them. Sam lifted the conversation. Prince Harry dragged it down. Sam showed respect even when he wasn't getting it back. Prince Harry showed entitlement and ego. People are calling for apologies, demanding that Prince Harry explain himself, but those demands will go unanswered. Because people like Prince Harry don't apologize. They justify, they rationalize, they blame everyone but themselves. Sam doesn't need the apology anyway. He has something better, the respect of millions of viewers who watched him handle an impossible situation with grace. The support of his colleagues who saw him stand up for himself without losing his composure. The satisfaction of knowing he did everything right. The Good Morning America team gathers after the show. They always do. They talk about the segments, what worked, what didn't, and of course, they talk about the Prince Harry interview. Everyone has something to say. Everyone wants to process what just happened. Sam listens more than he talks. He nods. He thanks people for their support, but he doesn't dwell. He doesn't want to give it more energy than it deserves. It happened. It's over. Time to move forward. Someone asks if he's worried about backlash, about Prince Harry's team coming after him, about negative press. Sam just shrugs. I was respectful, he says simply. I did my job. If that's not good enough, then so be it. And that's the end of it. For Sam, at least. He goes home that night to his family. He has dinner. He watches television. He lives his life. Because he's not going to let one bad interview define his day. He's certainly not going to let Prince Harry have that power over him. The next morning, Sam is back on set. Same smile, same warmth, same professionalism, like nothing happened. And in a way, nothing did. Sam is still Sam. Good Morning America is still Good Morning America. The show goes on. But everyone who watched that interview remembers. They remember Sam's patience, his dignity, his refusal to fight back in kind. They remember how he gave Prince Harry every opportunity to be better and how Prince Harry chose not to take it. They remember a host who showed what real class looks like, what real strength looks like. Not the kind of strength that comes from titles or status, the kind that comes from character, from integrity, from treating people with respect even when they don't deserve it. That morning, in Times Square, with cameras rolling and millions watching, Sam Champion reminded America why he's been a beloved part of their mornings for so long. Not because he's perfect, not because he never makes mistakes, but because when it matters, when things get hard, he shows up as his best self. Prince Harry, on the other hand, showed exactly who he is when things don't go his way. Someone who blames others, who lashes out, who can't take responsibility for his own emotions and actions. Someone who demands respect but won't give it. The contrast couldn't be clearer. One man built his reputation over decades of showing up, being kind, and doing good work. The other man damaged his in less than 10 minutes by forgetting that respect is a two-way street. Sam didn't need to say much during that interview. He didn't need to defend himself or explain himself. His actions spoke louder than any words could. He stayed calm when provoked, patient when attacked, professional when insulted. He showed everyone watching what it means to take the high road. And in the end, that's what people will remember. Not the specific insults, not the exact words exchanged, but the feeling. The feeling of watching someone handle a difficult situation with grace, of seeing kindness met with cruelty and refusing to match that energy, of witnessing dignity in action. Good Morning America has had thousands of guests over the years. Celebrities, politicians, athletes, authors. Most interviews go smoothly. Some are boring, a few are memorable. But this one will stand out, not because of what Prince Harry said, but because of how Sam Champion responded. In those 36 seconds when everything went wrong, Sam showed America what a real host looks like, what a real professional looks like, what a good person looks like when tested. He didn't need a script. He didn't need talking points. He just needed to be himself. And himself was more than enough. Prince Harry walked off that set thinking he'd made some kind of statement, that he'd stood up for himself, that he'd put Sam in his place. But all he really did was expose his own insecurity, his own inability to handle basic questions and normal conversation, his own entitled worldview that says the rules don't apply to him. Sam, meanwhile, did what he always does. He showed up. He did his job. He treated his guest with respect. And when that respect wasn't returned, he maintained his standards anyway. Because Sam's values don't change based on how other people behave. They're not conditional. They're just who he is. That's the real story here. Not the meltdown, not the dramatic exit, not the viral clips. The real story is about integrity, about professionalism, about kindness in the face of cruelty, about a man who could have escalated the situation but chose not to, who could have matched hostility with hostility but took a different path. The cameras captured everything that happened that morning, every word, every facial expression, every moment of tension. But what they really captured was something deeper, a lesson in how to handle conflict, how to maintain dignity, how to be the bigger person without being condescending about it. Sam never said, "I'm better than you." He didn't have to. His actions proved it. While Prince Harry was busy insulting and accusing and attacking, Sam was listening, responding thoughtfully, trying to salvage something positive from the conversation. Being the adult in the room, it's easy to be kind when everyone's being kind back. It's easy to be professional when things are going smoothly. The real test comes when things fall apart, when someone's being unreasonable, when you'd be justified in getting angry. That's when character shows. That's when you find out what someone's really made of. And that morning, America found out what Sam Champion is made of: strength, patience, grace. The kind of qualities that can't be taught or faked. The kind that come from years of choosing to be better, of choosing kindness over ego, of choosing professionalism over pride. Prince Harry might have thought he was the most important person in that studio, the one with the title, the royal bloodline, the famous name. But importance isn't about titles. It's about how you treat people, how you carry yourself, how you respond when things get difficult. And by that measure, Sam Champion was the most important person in the room by far. The interview ended with Prince Harry storming off, with microphones clattering, with tension thick in the air. But it also ended with Sam still sitting there, still present, still composed, still himself. That image says everything. One man running away, one man staying put, one man losing control, one man maintaining it. In the hours and days that follow, people will debate what happened. They'll analyze every word, every gesture, every moment. But the conclusion will always be the same. Sam Champion handled an impossible situation as well as anyone possibly could. With grace, with class, with dignity, he gave Prince Harry every chance to be reasonable. And when Prince Harry chose not to be, Sam didn't sink to that level. He rose above it. That's the story, not of a prince who couldn't control his temper, but of a host who could control his. A professional who remembered what matters. A good person who stayed good even when it would have been easier not to. That's what those 36 seconds really showed America. Not how quickly things can fall apart, but how steady one person can remain when they do.